entertainment tonight. We're talking about WWE Raw main event, SmackDown, NXT Raw results. Waiting for it to come in. See. Well, the first match of this week was Bray Wyatt against Chris Jericho. It was a steel cage match. It was the last match of their feud, for the last and a half. Bray Wyatt, Chris Jericho, but and that little spot, that with the cage match. A little technical difficulties to be a little bit better. Nick's supposed to come in there. I see him, but so it was a cage match. It was the last match over there. We talked about before, and I think that little spot that he got hurt, but it wasn't really. He might have Nick's coming in. Sound probably, huh?
Something screwed with this. Alright, man.
Yeah, now there's
People are like,
why can't you hear?
y'all go ahead.
Hello, hello?
Hello. I didn't have any sound. I was trying to talk, but.
Hello? Yes?
Yeah,
Hi.
You're late.
Yep. I was kind of making like Rusev and I was Russian,
Yeah, Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Well,
it is what it is. It's Lafayette traffic,
New Iberia traffic, too.
I'm coming from the Berry, folks, y'all know where the Berry's at, huh?
Yeah.
Representing that B.
Like, number two in the worst town in Louisiana.
Number 2 worst town in Louisiana, according to some recent survey.
Yeah.
And, you tagged me on that on Facebook. Mm-hmm. So we're here to talk about wrestling, aren't we?
WWE Wrestling, Raw.
Is that what this show is about?
Main event, SmackDown, NXT, and Night of Champions.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And, hey, guess what's going on next Monday?
WWE Raw at the Cajun Dome. Me and you are gonna be there.
Michael Cole actually even called us out the other night. He's like, "Oh, the Cajun Dome better be ready,"
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna do. We're gonna start doing some little chants and stuff. I might say Michael Cole sucks.
Michael Cole, yeah. So I guess we got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot going on in the wrestling world. A lot about to go on, I suppose.
Raw's very interesting. That was pretty good, Raw.
Yeah, actually, which they called it the season premiere, which of course
I don't get it.
I guess it's a new episode every week, so I guess maybe because it's a new season, it's fall, maybe, and maybe because it's football season, and they're just trying to go against football. So,
okay, it's about the first match. It's kind of rare to see a first match for Raw.
Definitely.
Usually
we get an authority promo or something of that sort. But yeah, we got a match.
Chris Jericho against Bray Wyatt in a cage match. The last match for their feud.
Thank goodness for that, really. Which, of course, now we're seeing Jericho. Well, let's talk about the match first. We can talk about where they're going
a few good
little bit
spots.
after.
Made it like a spot that Chris Jericho got hurt, like he hurt his toe. Somebody asked him on Twitter, he hurt his knee.
Well, he jumped off the top of the cage, and of course, we saw our usual Bray Wyatt kind of, bending backwards and freaky stuff, and and Bray Wyatt ended up crawling out of the cage and winning the match. Which after the match, Jericho's in the training room and ends up getting jumped by Randy Orton, which I thought was rather random.
Yeah, maybe it was gonna be a Randy Orton.
Which, of course, that led into Randy Orton and Chris Jericho. Almost just think it was to give them something to do at Night of Champions. So, that is going to be one of our matches.
And they said Bray Wyatt's going to have like a match too, but they don't know yet.
They don't know yet. Yeah, well, he hasn't really been feuding with anybody. He's really almost been putting people over until he beat Jericho, of course. So after we saw that, we had a Dolph Ziggler promo where he showed some photos of Miz. What kind of photos do we have?
Real world, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it was pictures of like Miz like shaving his chest and stuff like that.
When he was all fat in the real world and stuff.
Surely.
Yeah.
Which, folks, you see the number down below.
Yeah.
It's 366-8950. If you want to call in, talk some wrestling with us.
Yeah, please call in.
Yeah, let us know if you're going to Raw next week, because we want to see you. We're going to try and get some flyers together. We're doing it AOC style over here.
We had some cameras. We're going to be a bunch of stars like Miz, Interview people.
All right, so Ziggler promo kind of... Yeah, it was okay. So that pretty much was that. I do get kind of a kick out of the Damien Sandow stuff.
Yeah. They might do a tag team. They said they've been doing some tag team matches from the house shows.
Right, which I would like to see that tag team, And I mean, like, from what I've seen, Damien Sandow is kind of even trying to do some of Miz's mannerisms, So it's just kind of cool. Next we have a Divas match. Rosa Mendez, who, everybody saw the booty.
Your girlfriend,
Well, I mean, I like the Spanish women, nothing wrong with that. They treat you good. But it's Rosa and Natalia against AJ and Paige, who are actually going against each other at Night of Champions.
They make it kind of cool,
So, but AJ and Paige ended up winning that one, and that's really all we need to say about that. Then we have a pretty decent Heyman and Cena promo.
Yeah.
Heyman pretty much calls out Cena, and I mean, I think a lot of people feel the sentiment that Heyman was saying was like, come on, Cena, we're tired of the same old stale thing,
And it kind of gets some controversy now that Paul Heyman said something about wife beating. And
right.
Ray Rice. And
he even did like a little rap, which I mean, I saw a little tweet on the bottom of the screen that said, "I would buy Paul Heyman's rap album," So I thought that was pretty good. But basically that just kind of built to the match. Without Brock Lesnar there, you can't really do very much.
But he's gonna be there next week, and Nick Funkway's gonna challenge him.
I will challenge him. I mean, after Cena takes him, of course. So which we'll probably see Cena. Beat him up a little bit next week in the Cajun Dome, just because that's typically how WWE books is. Whoever's going to lose the match on the pay-per-view.
I think Paul Heyman did the best promo. I think.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good promo, and even Cena was good.
Yeah.
So Cena, I mean, I've got mad hustle, loyalty, respect. I've got respect for Cena. But it does get a little stale from time to time, and for the true wrestling fan, I'm sure we'd all love to see him turn heel. Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Cena said, he enjoys the Make-A-Wish stuff. He enjoys selling T-shirts, and
I'm ready for the money,
I mean, can you blame him?
Yeah.
So then we have Seth Rollins against Sheamus, which we had a Cesaro distraction, which of course we'll see Cesaro versus Sheamus for the U.S. title at the pay-per-view. So Seth Rollins has pretty much been kind of going over on people, which we'll see actually a match that was announced on the main event.
To have a kind of a maybe he might cash in on a champions maybe. They said John Cena might win and Seth Rollins might cash in.
Really? I mean, I would maybe like to see that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Brock Lesnar lays the smack down on Cena again. Because actually, just to give you a little wrestling news, we get off of task sometimes, but it's actually kind of slated right now, or at least insiders have said that Big Show is going to be the next guy for Brock Lesnar to go over on.
Yeah, it's been a while, and a lot of people are like, Big Show's the jobber. I'm like, Big Show's like...
He is a main event jobber.
But he kind of needs a new,
Well, and I mean, we actually saw Brock Lesnar go against Big Show at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And, of course, Brock Lesnar destroyed him then as well. But, I mean, I think everybody kind of realized, just like last year whenever they had Big Show go against Randy Orton, it's like, that Big Show's not going to win the world title, So, anywho, we have next a Rusev Russian national anthem, which was just god-awful. Like, it really had no point.
It just,
nobody
just
came out. And, just to get heat, but it's like, haven't we done that already? So, hey, are we getting a call?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and take it.
Oh.
You got to hit speaker first.
Yeah.
Speaker box. So if you're calling, give us a holler back.
Holler back, yeah.
holler at your boy. You know, which I've had a couple peeps tell me they're gonna call and mess with me. So we'll see what happens here. We got caller ID. So
this one on the left or the right?
You just go speaker and then line 1.
Hello. Wait.
Speaker. Yeah. Try one more time, please. And you gotta click that and then that.
Yes, both of this.
So, anywho, while he's figuring out, technology, we'll just talk about, ooh.
Hello? I think 20.
Yes. Are you with us? Hello.
How you doing?
Look.
Oh, yeah, brother. You brought me some Slim Jims.
Yeah. Where's Elizabeth? Where's Elizabeth? Macho?
Oh, yeah, brother. So what you got going on tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just talking to some jokes. You know what my famous last words were, right? Oh, no.
Oh, no. So what's going on, man? You got a question for us? You going to Raw next week or what?
Yeah.
I'm going to be there with my Macho Man shirt on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother. I got the green one and he's got the purple one. We can go together and make like a Mardi Gras Macho Man. Yeah.
We're some twins.
Oh, yeah, brother. Well, so, can you tell us, sir, what is your name, by the way? We've got Caller Wireless. Is that your name, Mr. Wireless?
Yeah.
My name is Randall Poffo.
Randall Poffo. Oh,
Sweet.
yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I used to play for the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, did ya?
Cool.
Okay. So, do you have the WWE Network?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I borrowed it from a friend of mine.
And that kind of seems to be the going thing, with WWE Network. Yeah, me and my friend, we all have WWE Network.
You been watching your Hulk Hogan matches? I know you love Hulk Hogan.
Wait, who's talking about Hulk Hogan? Let me tell you something, brother. You gotta pay for that $9.99. Because I'm not gonna have anybody taking my money out of my pocket.
Yeah.
So, Macho, are we ever going to see you in the Hall of Fame or what?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you want your whole family in there, but, really, who gives a crap about your brother?
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk about your penis like that.
Yeah, you don't talk about Lenny Papa like that, man.
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
living
sorry,
Atlanta. He was the
yeah.
genius.
I know, he was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay. Yeah, I'm just pulling your chain, Macho Man. But, so,
Call me wireless. Call me wireless.
call me wireless. Yes, indeed. So who do you think Brock Lesnar retains against John Cena or what?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me talk in my real voice. This is my Macho Man voice. But in real life, I kind of sound like that.
Oh.
But when I was wrestling, I really couldn't talk that way, so this is how I really talk.
Oh, is it?
That's how you talk?
But anyway, so I'll talk like this, just a little easier on my voice.
Okay.
But I think that Lesnar's going to retain, and John Cena's going to turn heel. There's a good article I read about that.
Aha. Well, I'll have to look
Awesome.
for that one.
I don't know, I guess he's gonna turn heel. I hope so.
He's going to find the dark side of Cena. No more Make-A-Wish, huh?
Yeah. Get on my face, kid.
It'll be okay.
Which technically Cena's already a heel to the real wrestling fans, to the little kids. He's the hero.
Yeah, he's the hero, yeah.
So.
I'll be just like John Cena.
Right.
Hey, mama.
Well, do you have any other predictions, Mr. Wireless, for Night of Champions?
Like the IC championship, the US championship.
Any other title changes? Who do you see losing their title?
Yeah.
Well, I know, let's see, Seth Rollins is who's he going against?
Seth Rollins is going against Roman Reigns, which, Roman Reigns is, of course,
Yeah,
Superman. He's Cena Jr., pretty much.
Yeah, he's gonna be the next Cena.
We've got the tag team championships, the Usos versus Gold and Stardust. The Intercontinental title is Ziggler versus Miz, and the U.S. title is Sheamus and Cesaro. And then our Divas title is Paige versus AJ and Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
So I think...
I think that, I'm gonna use my rope. I think that Usos are going to lose.
Yeah, I see if...
And Goldust and them are going to be a complete heel.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I see them feuding with Assumption. probably. I think Ascension's coming to
The Ascension.
Ascension. I mean,
Yeah.
going to the main roster.
I believe it's coming. Therefore,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna lose at the NXT Takeover on Thursday. Which tell me, Mr. Wireless, are you a fan of NXT or what?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's the beginning.
Right, it's the minor leagues, pretty much.
Minor.
But it's okay. It's not that great. I don't like Gold League either.
All right, I'm not a fan either. If you tune in regularly, you'll see that I'm not the biggest fan of Bo Dallas or The Miz. Or,
But you gotta believe, caller. You gotta
Yeah.
believe, caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Miz is okay. I really.
He hates the Miz.
Ziggler, the big, you gotta push. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's a comedian. He's good, but then I watched him on Monday Night Raw, and he wasn't really.
Yeah, he's better when he speaks more passionately and he's pissed off, you know?
Lame. It wasn't what he needed.
He's not good when he's got a belt on, you
Yeah.
know? He's better when he's pissed off,
Yeah.
you know? So,
I
But he's a phenomenal wrestler.
I agree.
want to see Sandow and Ziggler have like a little feud. You know, they're both
That's
good.
coming. That's coming,
Yeah.
definitely. We'll see
I
that.
like to see Damon Sandow get maybe the belt on him. You know, he's been wrestling for a few years, and
Which,
How long they'll let him have the Intercontinental title? They'll probably. I mean, Miz could get it back.
yeah, they give him chances.
Yeah.
More than him, but.
Right, they give them opportunities, and if they don't produce, if they don't put butts in seats, then
Yeah.
ultimately, if they don't sell products, if they don't get ratings,
yeah, it's
then,
a workers' championship. You know, it's
exactly.
Exactly. Intercontinental, and that's the thing. I know Ziggler sells a lot more shirts than I'm sure than.
Oh, surely.
Yeah, this is his second.
That white coat. I want to get that white outfit, that white jacket, straight jacket, or whatever.
Right.
He looks like a Jedi.
Which, Macho Man, we appreciate the call, but we gotta talk about Night of Champions. You got anything else you want to give us? All right, well, thank you, brother. You give us a call some other time. We'll see you at Raw next week, all right?
All right.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, excellent. Another caller. All right, so let's just jump right on in to Night of Champions. We got about 10, 11, 12 minutes left, folks. So, we got to talk pay-per-views. We got NXT TakeOver coming this Thursday.
Yep.
And then, of course, we got Raw next week in
Yeah,
the
we gonna
Cajun
be
Dome.
there.
We're going to be there.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You better be there, Macho Man.
Yeah, and Lafayette, can y'all please bring it? The
Yeah.
SmackDown after WrestleMania,
Yeah.
it was pretty much garbage.
Yeah, it was
you
pretty
know,
much-
So, like, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to start
Yeah.
some chants.
Yeah, we got to run some
We
chants.
really will. We really
I want to
will.
start some ECW chants, but I don't know. They might kick me out.
Right, which of course, like he's gonna have to I'm gonna have to approve each chant that he comes up with, because he's gonna come up with some stuff that I'll be like, no, Mark, you can't do that
Yeah,
one.
it's not PG.
Yeah, you can't do that one. Okay, that'll get us kicked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked our title match with Lesnar and Cena, which, boom. Yeah, well, Cena's going down. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and I don't see a heel turn coming for Cena. I think he says,
Yeah, you're not gonna see that.
eat, sleep, be John Cena, repeat.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he's going to do for the rest of his career. I think Ziggler retains against The Miz, and then
Yeah.
we maybe see your Ziggler versus Sandow
Yeah.
on the next pay-per-view. I think
Stardust and Goldust over the Usos, and I think that's be set next for the feud with the Stardust and Goldust.
Right, I
against-
think they'll feud
Ascension,
for
yeah.
a couple of times and a couple of pay-per-views at least. But I think Gold and Stardust are the only people to get the titles tonight. Other than maybe, I think AJ
Are
might
good
be.
workers, yeah.
I think AJ in our Divas title match, Paige versus AJ versus Nikki Bella. I'm thinking Brie will find some way to stop Nikki from winning the title. And so that kind of makes it between Paige and AJ, and I'm thinking AJ might take it.
Yeah.
If there is going to be another title exchange, but Paige could possibly retain.
Yeah,
We'll see.
it's-
But I wouldn't count on the Bellas doing that because we got to see Nikki versus Brie first before we
Yeah.
see them as a title holder. Okay, so our U.S. title match, Sheamus versus Cesaro. A lot of people are giving Cesaro a good shot in this one. The only thing I'm a little weary about is because he was a jobber right before he became, the U.S. title. So, I mean, I kind of like your idea better of having the Rusev versus Sheamus, So I almost see Sheamus winning this one and then his next feud possibly being with Rusev.
And Rusev wins and makes a big mockery of the U.S. title.
Which, I mean, he's already made a mockery of, what happened to all our U.S. heroes? Like, we're all getting beat up by
That's part of the
Rusev,
heat, though.
so-
That's part of the heat, though.
Yeah, well, I guess we had Jack Swagger representing us, I
Yeah.
mean, if we had Cena representing us, then,
Yeah,
that'd be
you
a
can't
little better.
see.
Some other matches that on Tuesday on main event, they announced that Chris Jericho is going to be going against Randy Orton, which their feud just kind of started when Orton jumped him in which they were in a 6-man tag team match the week before or something.
I guess it's one of the feuds that gets them something to do.
Right, exactly.
And it's kind of a lineage of they could do something like.
So what do you see happening in this one?
The Authority goes beats up Chris Jericho.
I think Chris Jericho gets taken out in this one because pretty much his contract is up. So I think they're going to put over Randy Orton and make him look like the Viper, the crazy guy, and he's going to go crazy and hurt Chris Jericho, and we won't see Jericho maybe till next year, or maybe not until he goes in the Hall of Fame. So then we're going to have Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, Shield versus Shield.
X-Shield.
Well, right, X-Shield. So it's Roman Reigns, the Superman. Looks like he can't lose to anybody right now.
Yeah, John Cena.
Yeah, well, I mean, does Seth Rollins, is he able to pick up a victory? Which he's been winning pretty consistently lately as well.
If they make him cheat and he gets heat.
Right. Well, I could possibly see him, kind of cheating some way, or Kane coming out and helping him. Maybe even Randy Orton
your bro's coming back too. Dean Ambrose is coming back.
Oh, and that's something I actually see happening in this match. Is Dean Ambrose is going to come back, and maybe the next pay-per-view they'll have the Kane, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. So they're stretching that feud out a little bit. Just because they got to get Roman Reigns to Royal Rumble when he can win that, and then. Go on to fight Brock Lesnar. And that's my prediction for the main event at WrestleMania next year is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns destroys Brock Lesnar.
He'll barely win. But it'll make him look like a hero, like he went through the, whooping that Lesnar's going to give him. And he somehow comes up with a spear and Superman punch, blah, 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 5 moves of doom. So I see, Dean Ambrose returning in this one, possibly helping Roman Reigns win. So Ziggler, we've already talked about him. Actually, next we got Mark Henry against Rusev.
Rusev crush.
Rusev will crush. And just a little SmackDown spoiler, Mark Henry won against Rusev in the arm wrestling. So, a small victory. And I'm thinking we might possibly see Swagger versus Bo Dallas. They haven't really, been showing a lot of the feud, but hey, you never know with WWE. They might just throw it together. I'm also possibly thinking we might even see Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Slater Gator.
I think they said they found out who the Bunny is.
Who is the Bunny?
They think it's Darren Young.
Darren Young? Well, I was looking at his hands, and I was like, well, no.
Is it a white guy or is it?
Yeah, it kind of looked like almost. I thought it was almost Sami Zayn's hands, but and then kind of doing.
Freckles.
And plus, Darren Young didn't do all those high kicks and flips, and it's almost like Rod Van Dam.
Yeah.
Actually, I almost think it might be Rod Van Dam now that I think about it. But that, folks, that pretty much covers Night of Champions, at least what the WWE has kind of promoted up to this point. Let's talk a little NXT TakeOver since we got about 5 minutes left, which I'm personally a fan of the NXT.
Macho Man wasn't.
Well,
Ooh.
Even though that I think, if you get over in NXT, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get over in an arena in WWE crowd, because that's a small, intimate crowd of people that go every week to the NXT, so they know all the people. And we saw an example of that this week whenever the NXT people had a match on Raw, and then the Ascension had a match on main event. Which, I knew it was going to be a good match because you got to bring it your first time on Raw,
And
so.
Adrian Neville,
I don't know much, but I know I love you.
Adrian Neville pretty much put his A game, a lot of people were like, with his flying move, and everybody was like,
yeah, and I think that him and Sami Zayn, for a shorter match, they got a bunch of, ooh and ahs, and even the crowd went, ole, 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 ole. They knew what to do for Sami Zayn. So, big props to that crowd. I think it was in Baltimore, maybe. Which Baltimore has a smart fan base. And in Lafayette, maybe.
We're going to make them smart.
Yeah, we'll educate them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, if they tune in every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, then...
We didn't talk about the matches, though. We didn't have much time.
Okay, yeah, we've got our main event, a Fatal 4-Way. First time ever for NXT. The champion, Adrian Neville, is going against Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, and Tyler Breeze.
I see Tyson Kidd winning, and
Tyson Kidd, eh?
yeah, and I can see Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, and Tyler Breeze going to the main roster.
See, and I almost see, like, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, and Tyson Kidd going to the main roster, and Tyler Breeze almost even being the champion.
Yeah.
But, you know, who's to say? I think that one's kind of a toss-up. I think Adrian Neville's kind of done all he can as the champion, you know, and I almost think he's ready for the main roster.
Yeah.
The women's title, we've got Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte, versus Bayley, who likes to give you hugs.
They have said that Bayley might win and Charlotte might go to the
Main roster.
Main
there
roster.
you go. So it's time to bring some people up. Woo!
Woo!
I think the same thing with the tag team titles. The
Yeah.
Ascension against